Okay, so I learned that I love talking about how much I hate Toronto. Maybe I could make a whole channel on it. Except that I definitely would not be able to live in Toronto anymore because Torontonians are particularly patriotic. So today's video is going to be about how I want to leave, and I'm going to kind of tell you about my plan. I don't know why I did that. So my plan right now is to move to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the best city in the world. Okay, so I don't know if it's the best city in the world, but it's definitely a million times better than Toronto. I have spent quite a bit of time in Kuala Lumpur and I'm going back soon. I'm so excited. My partner is from KL. That's what cool people call Kuala Lumpur. They don't say Kuala Lumpur, they say KL. You're welcome. So my partner's from KL, and which is the reason why that we went to KL. Well, obviously, why I went to KL for the first time and traveled around Asia, and I was completely shocked. Okay, so Malaysia, I had never heard of Malaysia. Okay, met my partner and was like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he said Malaysia, and I said, "Oh." I thought of like, Malaysia. I've never heard of that country before. I only heard about it once before because I met some crazy person like 3 years before, and they're from Malaysia. Turns out that was my partner that I met 3 years before, and I remembered as like this crazy person. Ha 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 ha. He's funny. He's goofy. That's why I'm in trouble now. So, I'd never heard of Malaysia. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? And now I know where it is. It's basically between Thailand and Indonesia and Singapore. It's kind of like in this peninsula right in the middle of paradise. Yes, the most beautiful place on earth. And it's really funny because I know a lot of people don't know where Malaysia is. I talk to people all the time and I say Malaysia, and they're like, you could tell they're like, the gears are turning in their head. They're like, what's that? Oh, I can't seem stupid. Yeah, Malaysia. Um, People don't know where it is. And then I've been working with people. I've been at my current job for almost 3 years now. Shoot me. And I talk to people about, people know I want to move to Malaysia and they know that I go almost every year. And they still talk to me about my trip to Indonesia. Like, oh, are you excited for my trip to Indonesia? And I'm like, I'm not going to Indonesia. I went to Indonesia last time because I went to Bali, but I'm not going. I'm going to Malaysia. It's kind of like a different country, like pretty different. And no matter how many times I tell them, like everyone I work with, except for like one person, well, one person I work with is from Indonesia. Actually, I have this new employee, and he's from Malaysia. The best, the best. Malaysians are the most friendly people, so that's one reason why I want to move there. So I go on my trip to Malaysia, and we fly into KL, and we're like, okay, the plane lands. You know, literally was like went from a 17-hour flight. Oh, to like a 3-hour flight to get to Malaysia. It was pretty much like, well, we flew Cathay Pacific. They were amazing. So I can't say it was the worst experience in the world, but it wasn't ideal flying so long. Our next trip, we're definitely breaking up the flights more. But we arrive in KL, step out of the plane, and I was shocked because it just smelled good. Like it smelled like tropical flowers and jasmine. And at first I'm like, oh, are they spraying this airport with like a perfume? No, B. You leave the airport, Malaysia just smells freaking good. KL smells really amazing, like tropical flowers. It is how the area smells, not like, I don't know, Toronto smells like garbage on a good day, okay? Like just desensitized to it. When you smell the garbage, you know that it's pungent that day. But this city smells like flowers. And then you look around, okay? First of all, this airport was like the most beautiful airport I've ever seen. The infrastructure was amazing. And there's like huge windows looking out, and we're surrounded by a tropical rainforest. And I was like, wow, this is magical. Okay, they built the airport in the middle of the rainforest. No, 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 no. You leave the airport, The frickin' city is built in a rainforest, except they didn't like massively deforest it and be like, clear this out, we're building a city up in here. They incorporated the natural beauty of the rainforest into the city. And there are parks all over the city that are like little blobs of rainforest because they left it there and you could see around the city. You see rainforest. And it's a huge city. It's the skyline is much bigger than Toronto and much more in depth. It reminds me more of like the big city I've ever been to is New York City. So it reminds me of New York City, except nicer architecture. Except imagine New York City, it doesn't smell like sewage, and then it smells like flowers, and then it's like in a rainforest. To die for. Okay. So that was my first impression of Malaysia. And even though being super sleep deprived, I was kind of really grumpy. I was and I was falling asleep in the car ride. But I was enchanted. Also, I noticed you could leave the airport and there was like so many restaurants in the airport. Like not like in the secured part where you're like you've already passed security, waiting for your flight, and there's a lot of restaurants. Like you leave the airport and there's like basically a mall in the airport. Like I don't mean like, oh, there's some shops. There's a freaking mall, okay? With designer stores and lots of restaurants and a giant cafeteria. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Who wants to spend so much time at an airport? Well, you do in Malaysia because it's amazing. And I remember like it was recommended, hey, you're hungry, you've been on the flight for so long, let's just grab some food here at the cafeteria. And I kind of insisted on like leaving because I didn't want to grab cafeteria food. Oh, who wants that after a big flight? That's not how it works in Malaysia. You're in Malaysia, no matter where you go, the food is amazing, especially a cafeteria. You go to a cafeteria, it doesn't mean you're getting the cheap scraps that people in North America just like deep fry to make money. You go anywhere in Malaysia, the food is amazing, and people who live kind of close to the airport, people go to the airport because it is so beautiful and the food is so good. So that was something really cool when I started learning that you're gonna be happy with the food no matter where you go. So we get into Malaysia, we go get settled in. I don't know if I sleep for a day or two, and we finally get our tour and we go downtown. Like I was blown away. Before I left Toronto, I was thinking I lived in like a really advanced modern society. And now I've come back being like, dude, like my city is ghetto. It is ratchet, to be honest with you. Because when I was in Malaysia, all the architecture is beautiful, but it is high tech AF. It's like the whole city is Times Square. And you're walking around and there are food stalls everywhere. So yeah, you're in the major city center, okay, and you have nice restaurants, which are much affordable than here. But you have nice restaurants, designer clothing stores, all these shops and boutiques, which you'd expect from a major city center. But then the streets are also flooded with food vendors as well. You could walk down the street and get street food almost anywhere you are, and you're going to be spending like $1, and it's going to be incredible food. Not only that, you're gonna be walking down the street and there's gonna be some fun music playing, okay? Whether it's live music playing or all the shops invest in having speakers outside their shops and playing nice music. You're walking down the street and it's fun. Here I'm in Toronto and it's like maybe I thought Toronto was really cool at first because I grew up in a small town and I was like, oh, I'm in a big city. I'm a big boy now. And I walk around Toronto looking around like, wow, it's so big. But that novelty wears off, especially when you go to like a real city like Kuala Lumpur and it's vibrant, there's music anywhere, everywhere. Toronto, you want to like leave your house and like actually do something, you're going to come back broke because whether you want to get coffee, that's going to be expensive. If you're hungry, even if you want to be cheap and go to a fast food chain, it's expensive. And God forbid you don't want to go get fast food, it's going to be extremely expensive and there's nothing to do in the city but consume. There's nothing to do but go somewhere and buy a product to consume it or drink alcohol. There are public spaces, but it's winter most of the year and there's nothing to do in them. Sure, if you want to go and sit in Trinity Bellwoods Park and do nothing, that won't cost you anything. Okay, I'll give you that. But there's not going to be music provided for you. There's just going to be a bunch of people who don't talk to each other sitting there. Whereas you're in Malaysia and if you go to these city centers, these city parks, or these places where people commune, there's going to be live music. There's always going to be something cultural happening, something fun and exciting. And the people are warm and inviting, and people start conversations with you. And it is really beautiful. That's why I want to move to KL.